Hey everybody, welcome back to Grand Arena 3v3. This is Season 4, and this is Round 2. Here's a look at my defense. On the bottom, got a GK Barris team, triple tank team in first order. Behind that, I've got a Tarkin Empire team, and then a Jedi Barris team. Up top, Bossk team, Revan Jedi, and a Palpatine team. Behind that, I put some not so great teams. I'm not anticipating him getting past that, but as of right now, he is past that. So he did a good job. My opponent today is very good, put a very good defense. Here's a JTR, Palpatine, first order. On the bottom, Bounty Hunter, Rogue One, and Night Sisters. I'm going to go after his first order first. I always like using my Ewoks against them. It's one of my favorite teams against first order. Never let me down so far, so that's good. That stun from Kylo Ren Unmasked is pretty nasty. My opponent today has very good mods. Pretty jealous, actually. All those teams are very good, well thought out, great mods. So I definitely got my hand cut out for me. Ewoks are fun because you got a lot of control between the assists and everything. Paploo dispels buffs on his basic, so I like to call him a lot. There I called Chirpa to assist because he was lower on health, so I wanted to hide him. Ewoks are good, but they don't hit super hard, so it's a bit of a grind, but it's just a matter of time and you'll win. It's funny coming up here, I get Kylo Ren right on the verge of death right here, and it's actually fairly amazing. He does this move right here. And watch how much health protection he gets back. It's nuts. Still not in question, but man, I had him right there. Ended up costing me another 30 seconds or so. And that's it. Alright. Next we're going to go after Night Sisters. So I use my normal Imperial Trooper team. That right there, that stinks. Getting ranged trooper stunned right away. He kind of is what makes this team go. So getting stunned right away set me on a bad path. And I thought right here, once I got zombie dead once, force all that turn meter, I was fine. But it just doesn't work out. This is usually, man, this team works so well against Night Sisters. But with 3v3, you don't have as much leeway. If RNG goes bad on you, you don't have enough other characters to keep everything going. There's a big difference between killing somebody and 3 people getting full turn meter and 5. So I just abandoned that. I'll come back to that after a bit. Now, this is my last time doing this. I wanted to try it one more time. And right there, Poe didn't get a single expose. And I thought I had this, especially because he wasn't running Dengar with these bounty hunters. And it's horrible. It worked over and over and over. And then the last 3 matches in a row, it has not worked. So I'm done with that. And from now on, I'm just using my JTR team on the first try, because it works 100% of the time. This is one of my favorite offensive teams. Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, and C-3PO. And I always just do everything I can to get Bosk out of there. I don't even worry about the other people until he's dead. Alright, he's gone. Now I can start working on Boba Fett. He's gone. All we got left is Cad. Pretty easy. You know, I gave up about 20 points not doing this first. That's gonna be about my last time ever trying that Zeta Finn team against bounty hunters again, even though it worked so many times before. I don't know, I'm sure it's in my head that they're retooling for Grand Arena, but man, those bounty hunters lately have been rough. I've got tons of potency on my Zeta Finn team, so even with the tenacity bonus you get from a Bosk lead, it should still work. This is my favorite team against the Jedi Ray. With 3v3, there's no tank, so you can fracture BB-8 and just go after BB-8 right away, and Wampa's gonna get strong and do his thing, and usually a pretty much guaranteed win. I really like this team against Jedi Training Ray. Alright, going against this Palpatine Vader team. Gonna use my CLS. Always stun Vader first, because he's so fast that he'll do his AoE and force turn meter under the Palpatine lead. So always stun Vader right away with Han. That's the most important thing. Pretty easy, not too shabby. Alright, now we'll go back to that Night Sister team that got the best of me with my Imperial Troopers, and when all else fails, Sith Triumvirate. Especially against Night Sisters, they can get going kind of crazy, so I want to see what's behind there, so I don't want to leave anything to chance. So I'm just going to use one of the best offensive teams there is with Traya. Get that isolate on zombie, start working on the other two. A little bit of a waiting game until Annihilate from Nihilus is up. You just want to make sure you don't annihilate Zombie, because she's the only character in the game that will keep coming back even if you annihilate her. Everyone else is gone for good. We'll see here in a second when Annihilate is up, she's taunting, so I just use a basic. So on Nihilus's next move, I can annihilate one of the other two. Right here. Just use a basic, be patient. I'll use my Annihilate in a second when I get another turn. Get another Isolate. Now I'm ready. I'm going to get rid of Daka. That way there's no revives. And Ventress is gone. That's it. Alright. Now he's got a Z Maul team, so I'm going to use some Night Sisters against that. Oh, no, actually that's coming up in a second. This is actually his Rogue One team. This is a bit of a grind, but it works. I get it on the first try. The idea here is to leave Chirrut and Baze alone and just get rid of Jyn as soon as possible so she can't revive anybody. Alright, Jyn's gone, so now I can start working on Baze and Chirrut. I was going after Baze pretty much because I wanted to just chew through him, because if you get Chirrut down to where he loses or where he goes under 100% health, then Baze auto taunts. And I wanted to try to avoid that. But you'll see this match takes a long time because as I almost get Baze dead, Chirrut does his one move that recovers all the health and dispels everything, and I knew the health would go back up, but what I didn't realize is that all the protection that I chewed through skyrockets too, so it's right there. It's all back to like starting from scratch. So I gotta try to figure this out. I gotta start working on Chirrut instead here in a little bit, force Baze to taunt, and then use Ventress's special ability to remove buffs, and then keep working on Chirrut. Keep him below 100. Once he's below 100% health, and you get the taunt off of Baze, then you can just kill Chirrut. That's what I end up doing. So this match takes a little while. Once I eventually do get Chirrut dead, I just hit auto and let him take out Baze. Try to get a stun there. I couldn't get any stuns after the first one or two on Chirrut, even though at that point he didn't have tenacity up yet. Now I'm going to start working on Chirrut. There we go. Finally got Chirrut under 100% health. But Baze is still taunting. Now the taunt's gone, so now I gotta get back to Chirrut. But he's back to over 100% health. No, I didn't clear there because I want Baze to taunt and then clear. AoE. There we go. Now he's pretty good under 100% health. So if I can start working on him, now I'm in good shape, finally. Takes a while to get out from behind that taunt of Baze. Now I just hit auto and let it go. Alright, this next match, he's got Rex, Barriss with the Zeta, and Ezra team. So my thinking here was to use Jedi Knight Anakin because his basic has heal immunity, which will negate the Zeta on Barriss. And then Mace has a chance to have expose. Well, it doesn't go as often as you wish it would. Now, you'll notice that heal immunity went off Ezra because every time Barris uses a basic, it clears all the debuffs on the other allies. So it's a little bit of a grind, but I'm just trying to get Ezra out as fast as possible. They don't have a tank, so they can't hide him. Now I'm going to take out Rex and save Barris for last. I just keep using basics for the most part of Jedi Knight Anakin's just to get that heal immunity. Right there, I landed one, but then it clears because she does a basic. Get it again, keep working on her, and then it clears because she did a basic. So a lot of rinse and repeat, but just takes a little bit and then she goes. There's that expose. Nice. Alright, pretty easy. Here's what I was talking about earlier. Use my couple Night Sisters and Visas Mar since I'm going against Sith. Visas is awesome against Sith. Go over to Sidious because he's the squishiest. And he's gone. Do the third ability, get defense penetration up on everybody. And start just working on Savage. A little bit of plague going. There you go. Pretty easy. Alright. Next matchup. They've got Akbar, Leia, and Stormtrooper Han. So I'm going to use a Zam lead, Bounty Hunters, because of all the thermal detonators. This is quietly a great offense. Even can be a pretty good defense. But this Zam lead is pretty sweet with all the thermal detonators. It feels like you're not doing much, then all of a sudden they explode and people just die. It's pretty cool. You'll see that here. I start working on Akbar, and Han's gone. Out of nowhere. All those thermal detonators go off. Stormtrooper Han's gone. I killed Greedo, but no biggie. Start laying some more thermal detonators and work away. There goes Akbar. All we got left is Leia. That's it. Alright. Now this is one of my teams that I always save for a Barris lead. Or not Barris. Bastilla. It's fine that she dies because it doesn't matter. All you need is her lead ability, Omega, and then it actually kind of helps that she dies. Because all you want are counters from Nest. And then once I get Master's Training from Hermit Yoda on Nest, I just put it on auto, which you really want to do because it takes a while for Nest to get going, keep stacking offense, and she gets stronger and stronger as the match goes on. You don't want to time out. So you want tons and tons and tons of tenacity and no speed. You don't want her, every time she takes an actual turn, then the bonus protection goes away and you got to start from scratch. So you'll see she just gets stronger and stronger, then eventually it just starts one-shotting people. But that's why you put it on auto, so you don't time out. Jolie's gonna bring him back a couple times. Don't worry about it. There's plenty of time. Because now Nest is so strong that she just starts taking people out on the first or second hit. So even if they come back, they're gonna die right away. It's nice with all that tenacity. Normally, Basila's stun will get you, but with all that tenacity, it doesn't. Alright, there's Basila. Now, Grandmaster Yoda is all that's left. And game over. That's one of my favorite counters. I always save Nest just for that reason. Now this is the very last team for a full clear. And I thought this would work. A little Phoenix action. And I think it would have, except for I make a really dumb mistake. I didn't realize I called Hera to assist. But she had days on her. If I would have called Kanan to get rid of Colonel Stark, I think I might have been right here. Yeah. Didn't realize I had that daze. So I end up having to abandon this. You always want to forfeit if it's going this bad, just to reset everything from scratch. It's like it never happened. Now I use a Akbar Leia R2 team. My goal here is just to get rid of Stark because he's the squishiest. I always want to play 3-on-2 as fast as possible. And I purposely didn't do smokescreen. I'm trying to utilize R2's stun. In Grand Arena, especially 3v3, stuns will save your life. So I don't do smokescreen until I get an advantage on tunes. So now I'm up. So on R2's next turn, then I'll do a smokescreen. There we go. Now I'll get rid of Veers. Pretty easy. That's it, guys. This was round 2. I did a full clear. I don't know if I'm going to win. Like I said, my opponent was very good. As of making this video, he did get through Revan and that whole top section where I had junk behind it. So that might end up biting me in the rear. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll do it again for the 3rd round.